Hey, what's up guys? The Evolved Skeleton Army is by far the most unfair card of the game that feels like a cheat code. When you keep skeletons alive forever, they take over the game. Especially when opponents are forced to use their small spells on Dark Goblins, Wall Breakers, and Goblin Barrels, they don't have the luxury of always being able to arrow the Evolved Skeleton Army. The ranked 19 and 32 player in the world is spamming this 2.1 Elixir cycle deck and dominating everyone he plays against. Lots of skeleton love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to support the channel. Skeleton Army Evolution feels like one of the few cards in Clash Royale that just doesn't have a respectable counter. Whenever you see a Skeleton Army Evolution floating at you, you're like, oh, all right, well, I wish I was able to use an Executioner, Arrows, Log, and have every available spell in the game, but you don't have a side deck in Clash Royale. You're stuck with what you got, and if you have Arrows, you're going to want Arrows, Goblin Barrels, Dark Goblins, maybe even Minion Hordes if it's in the deck, and you won't have that for the Skeleton Army Evolution as well. So it's just difficult to play Clash Royale in the big 25 or in 26, depending on what you're seeing in the game. So we're going to go for Wall Breakers and pull that back. Fast fingers so we don't take any damage from the Baby Dragon. I think that we're going to get a bit of a connection here and get a bit of a lead. So unfortunately, oh wait, no, the Valkyrie didn't hit me. Let's go. Wow, he's just going to straight send a golem. All right, so we want to be able to get the card cycle going where we have the Skeleton Army Evolution and we also end up having the Goblin Barrel in the same card cycle. That's where we get maximum value. Wonder if the Witch is going to give him the trade that he's wanting. No, not really. Yo, we can go Goblin Barrel here too. I think that this is kind of worth it. We'll see though. We'll see if I'm able to clean this up without losing the game. So I'm going to go Dark Goblin, and then I'm going to go Ice Spirit probably on this. Then hit him up with a Berserker, go in for a Log and a Fire Spirit, and then maybe cycle another Dark Goblin. I think I have to cycle multiple Dark Goblins if I have any hope of defending this and not losing the game. I'm going to pull that stuff back, and then, I mean, honestly, I think I'm losing the tower regardless. I think it's pretty much impossible with how little this guy defended and his deck in general, but the mechanics I'm pretty proud of. I mean, it worked out. We got the Dark Goblin, we got the Berserker cycled, and then we also have Wall Breakers in his face, and he has to Vines that, and then he still has to respond to the Dark Goblin. There's a lot of stuff rolling at his face. Unfortunately, we still don't have the Skeleton Army Evolution, so that is the one downside, I think. You know what? I'm going to cycle my Skeleton Army on the right side just so I can get to the Evolution, and then I want to spam the Goblin Barrels with that at the exact same moment. Maybe that would be ideal. This hero mini P.E.K.K.A isn't scary in the slightest, and I can't wait to unload the Skeleton Army Evo. This is how we're going to win. So I'm going to throw down my Dark Goblin here. Could get him to do some silly shenanigans. We'll see what he decides to do, but I really want to see some crazy stuff. I'm going to go Ice Spirit. I'm going to go Berserker on one side. I want to go and drop our Goblin Barrel and then split our Skeleton Army Evolution. Please give me absurd value, Clash. We need it right now. So we got the General tanked forward by the Berserker, and we're taking out both towers right now. That's why we play this at such a freaking fast velocity, because you can do way more damage than you would otherwise be able to. I'm going to try to Fire Spirit here and pull this a little bit more to the other side, and then just get away with the Skeleton Army here on the other lane. I bet you this guy's going to drop a spell, and if not, then he just loses the mini P.E.K.K.A. Wait, we can Wall Breakers and kite the mini P.E.K.K.A back. I got to get on top of the Witch here, so I'm going to go for an Ice Spirit. I can also Fire Spirit again, and genuinely, I'm not even remotely scared. I think we got this on lock. We just need to be able to block the Baby Dragon. If I block the Baby Dragon, we're hard chilling. The Witch is dead. The Witch is burned. And he's burned his bridge of winning this game. Let's go. Yo. Oh, by the way, we still have more spam from where that came from. We have a Fire Spirit and the Skeleton Army Evo. And we're right on your death's doorstep, my dude. So I can't wait to play this deck despite not having any buildings. If you sack a tower against golem players with Valkyries and Baby Dragons and somehow Dagger Duchess, you might lose that one tower, but you'll definitely ultimately win the game because of your counter push and their inability to defend all of your spam at the same time. Yo, top 527 player in the world. Let's go. Also, he's part of the Tilt clan, so we got to make him tragically tilted in this game. I'm going to go Skeleton Army on defense against the Hog Rider. He might Earthquake or Log, and even if he does, it's a standardly awesome strat for us. Just go Skeleton Army and then get to the Evolution. We want this express Goblin Barrel Skeleton Army split shenanigans as fast as possible. In a Log, the Fire Spirit does not jump. It doesn't have those ups. However, I think he's probably going to go in for an Earthquake on the Skeleton Army, so I want to switch it up and not do the exact same counter. So I'll probably get away with a Berserker and Dark Goblin on the second Hog Rider. It's difficult for us to... Okay, wait, never mind. He's going to go Hog Rider now, potentially? Huh. Weird. Fireballs. Well, I guess top 500 players are built different. Sometimes they do different strategies than I'm expecting. We'll go Goblin Barrel, and he misses it. Let's go! That's why we switch it up. That's why we make moves with our barrels. It doesn't have Login Cycle. I could actually full send a Skeleton Army on offense. As silly as that might seem, I don't think it's a bad decision. I could also Dark Goblin with an Ice Spirit in front of it, and this could guaranteed give me a good trade. So we want this Ice Spirit in front really badly. No! And he Musketeers too. That's rough. Wait. We still have Berserker and Fire Spirit, so we could Fire Spirit first so it soaks up a Musketeer shot so our Berserker is healthier. And then we can get our Berserker down. Skeleton Army, maybe? Yeah, screw it. Let's Skeleton Army and let's Goblin Barrel as well. We have everything. We got Exodia up in here. If you log, the little general is going to stay behind and it's going to go back towards the Hog Rider. The skeletons are in the tower. Dude, there's no way. He can't touch the skeletons because the Berserker kept us alive a lot longer. And he's just losing the tower. Top 500 player literally lost like half of his tower. No, more than half of his tower. Like 7/8 of his tower to freaking Skeleton Army Evo. It's insane. Dude, the fact the general went back towards the Hog Rider was a blessing in disguise. He might have left. I think he just left. Truthfully, I'm not going to lie. I start swearing. I get really pissed off at this game whenever I play against Skeleton Army Evolution and it stays alive and you can't kill it. It's the only card in the game that does that stupid thing where 3 Elixir Evo, unkillable cards, you just look at them and you're like, yo, can these just not exist? And Clash Royale's like, no, we want our money. We want the pay-to-win requirement to flourish and for everyone to max out their gems. And genuinely, I think that, you know, out of all the cards in Clash Royale, Skeleton Army Evolution is the worst designed card. Okay, so I'm going to go Goblin Barrel. It's definitely the better play to do here. I could go for a Fire Spirit. I think Fire Spirit is probably the best play, but like Goblin Barrel, out of the options that we had, is not a bad one. I'm going to try to go in for a Berserker, but I'm going to wait a little bit. Maybe we can go and casually get the Bandit to go and not get any value against this Berserker and then throw down wall breakers. So if he goes in for a log or something, maybe the wall breakers still stay alive and then force out even more elixir. We'll drop some Mega Knight. Yo, free King Tower activation. Let's go Skeleton Army here. Go for a Goblin Barrel and then get his elixir low so then I can just coincidentally go in for a Fire Spirit and then Mega Knight pull with an Ice Spirit and not get cruised and crushed and annoyed. I just don't like the fact that I have to go Berserker and Dark Goblin to finish off these wall breakers. And I don't even know if I do, man. Yeah, one of them still connects. It's fine. Mega Knight players are built different. They just spam at all points in time. And same with us. But like, our spam is a little bit more calculated, right? If you're going Mega Knight at the bridge and you're taking 10 million damage afterward, it might not be the maneuver. So one thing that I'll try to do is I'll try to cycle Skeleton Armies against Bandits and maybe even Mega Knights if the Mega Knight's targeting the Berserker. But I'm not going to just drop things without a purpose. And usually you're able to defend no matter what happens with this deck in single elixir if you are having good mechanics. So that's one cool thing about this deck. It allows you to make bad decisions, still get away with it. But Mega Knight decks, believe it or not, they don't because it costs so much elixir to send the Mega Knight. So I'm going to go Goblin Barrel here with the little Berserker and I'm going to Skeleton Army directly on this. I'm so hyped for this guy to hopefully make a misplay and all in me. I'm going to go Wall Breakers. He doesn't really have that much elixir. And the King Tower helps out. Now, I think he just sacks the right tower because it's not able to defend it. And we're currently up in a 1-0 spot. So probably pop the ability if I had to guess. Yeah, he does drop it. Ice Spirit just dies, unfortunately. I should have went for a Fire Spirit and made the prediction on that. The Berserker is not very beefy. So he gets a terrible trade into the Hero Musketeer. And that is just the reality here. I'll go Wall Breakers and Kite. So then the Bandit doesn't do any damage to me whatsoever. It should just die. And I think I can go Skeleton Army in the middle and drop it here with the Goblin Barrel going at him. And the little general is going to maybe even go backward. If it goes towards the miner, that'd be an absolute W. If it doesn't, it is what it is. He has to Mega Knight on that. Yep, kind of what we expected. But look at the damage we got. And it locked into the Berserker instead. I don't know if y'all saw that, but the cheese that you can do is unrivaled. All right, we're going to log here. Fire Spirit after. Try to go for Berserker. Maybe go in for Wall Breakers to go and kite the Mega Knight a little more. I don't even think that we're going to... Okay, we do lose the tower. I was kind of saying I wasn't thinking that would lose the tower, but it did happen. It is what it is. Musketeer plus the turret probably coming down any second. There's just a lot of crap coming down at us, but with 13 seconds left, we do win it. I just need to spam more stuff for the fun of it. Royal Ghost is not going to lock onto my tower. We'll go for a log on the Wall Breakers. Hit him up with the Skeleton Army because he's definitely going to go for Musketeer. And look at the 3 crown, guys. We got him down to 800 health on the last couple seconds. Bro's got 20 wins from 2024, and I think we got to slam the door in his face with an Ice Spirit and then maybe get him to go in for a small spell. Please do it. Okay, that's an Inferno Dragon. That is 4 elixir against 1. That is exactly what we needed every time of the day. Okay, this guy seems like he super hates bait. He's literally overcommitting at every twist and turn. I'm going to go Wall Breakers here, hit him up with the Dark Goblin to assassinate the Inferno Dragon. And then I think I can go in for like maybe just a Berserker in front of this and throw a Fire Spirit other side. I might get him to overcommit against the Fire Spirit. And then if I go for Berserker Goblin Barrel in the left lane, okay, he doesn't respond to that, unfortunately. Sometimes they do, and they'll just like straight lose the game. But this guy is built different. I guess I can go Skeleton Army here and then just activate King Tower with the Ice Spirit. Okay, so yeah, that's game plan here. Game time decision. Ice Spirit activates King Tower, then we go for a Fire Spirit, and then we go for Berserker, and then hopefully we don't take too much damage. Why is he just eating the skeleton army? What are you doing, dude? We were able to activate King Tower and micromanage, so we didn't take too much damage and dropped our Dark Goblin really far behind. I thought that was okay. I don't know. Maybe the Dark Goblin died to a Firecracker shot, or I'm silly or stupid. I don't know what happened there, but it seems like everything worked out favorably for us in the long term. I could go for a Skeleton Army on offense and then go and split it up later, but I'm not going to go into an Inferno Dragon. I'm just, like, even though I have bait cards and the skeletons don't hurt that much into it, like, I want him to send it a little bit more. I want him to send stuff that he wasn't going to before. All right, so I bet you he goes in for a Firecracker, so let's go for Ice Spirit, and then Wallbreaker splits, then he doesn't hit what he wants with the Firecracker. Making predictions like that is the main reason that I like playing Clash Royale so much, because you can catch opponents in terrible card cycles where they just lose the trade super, super hard. Like this Dark Goblin surviving, and then I have double lane pressure, forcing out arrows. Like, how are you responding to the right side? You aren't. It's not possible to defend that. So you already lost the game. And it's weird to say, like, hey, the Dark Goblin surviving and doing all that and making predictions is like how I won, but small interactions, winning bridge battles with this deck is a deciding factor more times than not. And dude, did you just leave? Yeah, he left again. Everyone I play against doesn't want to play against me. I have no friends, but I have a ton of wins. So this is what we do as we climb up and push on through. It's actually way too easy with spamming and just making slight predictions to steamroll the edge in your favor. Okay, start of the game, we gotta go Ice Spirit, and this guy is gonna be blazing through with the bandit, so I kind of want to go for a Dark Goblin other side and maybe go for wall breakers and just defend with the Skeleton Army. I'm about the life of Skeleton Armying every chance I get, just because I want to get the evolution. It's just way more fun to play that way. He zaps and misses, let's go! I would have cycled an Ice Spirit, and then I would have probably stopped the bandit. You can also activate King Tower against the bandit if you have Fire Spirit, Ice Spirit, and you're really fast with it, but I don't really trust myself right now. So I guess we can go for a Fire Spirit and just illuminate the ghost, so then the ghost doesn't lock onto anything, and we can kill it with the Dark Goblin and our tower. Sure, we take a couple shots. Oh no, we only take one, not bad. We can go wall breakers in front of this to force out extra elixir and potentially pioneer a position where we can get a Skeleton Army yet again. Okay, I'll just Ice Spirit. And the Magic Archer doesn't kill. Magic Archer does not kill that, so it's good. We can just Berserker on top. Oh, wait. If we Berserker and then we go Skeleton Army, we should be golden because the Magic Archer isn't able to hit what it wants. Oh, no. You weren't supposed to do that, Berserker. Berserker, yo, let's like not leave me in the dust like that. At least we're kind of thick with our wall breakers, so we push off the battle for barbarians, but that was a bad spot. That was a bad spot. We got to give him well played because I think he genuinely did play well there, and I got finessed a bit. So, shout out to you, man. You played a little bit better than me. I'll go Goblin Barrel and then Ice Spirit. You can go Goblin Barrel before the Ice Spirit, and you'll get back to Goblin Barrel a bit faster, and I personally prefer to do that, and the Ice Spirit will still tank. That's why we did it like that. Okay, here we go. Game time play. Skeleton Army here, and we're having the Skeleton Army lag behind because it's going to defend. It's going to focus on defending the bandit and all the other stuff. We really want to defend this. As long as the general doesn't die, generally we will be in a way better spot. Okay. Oh no, I didn't go for wall breakers in front of that. How much damage did we get? Oh, it could have been better. Could have been better. Anyway, we're going to go for Real Goblin Barrel on the right with wall breakers and then Ice Spirit left side. And I wonder if this chaos is going to work out in our favor. I hope so. Yeah, the Ice Spirit's going to tank. Let's freaking go. Oh my goodness. All right, that's scary. That's scary. That's scary as hell. That's not fun. That Royal Ghost is a menace. I have to wait, and then I have to log on top of the ghost guys that are going to come in and out. And then Fire Spirit here. Probably going to log the other side. Maybe go for an Ice Spirit afterwards so we can clean up the ghost guys. Ghost guys, stop. Ghost guys, stop. No one loves you. We're going to wall breakers, kite, and still have the skeletons alive. Let's freaking go. That's a ghost. All right, we're going to go Goblin Barrel here on the other side. I can Dark Goblin left lane because it will kill the Royal Ghost. And it's going to go in the lane that he's definitely going to spend Elixir. I'm going to Ice Spirit, wall breakers, and then see if the Ice Spirit forces out anything. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, he Magic Archered. Let's go. Dark Goblin wins that. Then we can go in for a Goblin Barrel off to the side. 100% have to Skeleton Army here, and then get ready for him to zap. There's no shot he doesn't. Yeah, there's the zap as expected, but we can get an Ice Spirit down. We have the Dark Goblin, and it's going to win the game. Let's go. What a fun match. This guy was obviously very, very talented. We'll say GG. Throw a silly skeleton at the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily content, and have an amazing rest of your day.